It's ID. I'm here with Sean Buck at Respect the Vibe. It's my first interview, man, so check me out.
Respect the vibe.
Where the music started was my wife helped me start music because she always wrote as a kid. Me personally, I guess I got a hard time expressing myself so she suggested that I write. So I tried it, but I didn't really like it too much. She could tell the story better than I can, but one day I was listening to beats on YouTube, then it just clicked, like it just came together. Like I just started saying some words and it just started sounding good. So like in one of my songs I wrote my first rhyme and I knew it. I'm gonna fuck around and be a star with this music. So once I started writing, like I said, this only like 2018, so like maybe 5 years ago. I started writing, and in between 2018 and I said like 2020, I probably wrote like 40 to 50 songs just off YouTube beats, just going through them. And like I said, then in the midst of it, I got a little mic. It was like a little snowball microphone that plugged right into the iMac that I specifically bought to record music because it had GarageBand. So that's how I got into music, and from there, I ain't look back. And I think another big part of me being into music so much is, like I said, I played football my whole life, literally. So like I knew I had that to focus on or to get good or better at. So when I moved down here, I ain't literally have no hobbies. It was like just work, and just kick it or whatever. So once I got into that hobby, it was like I treated it like football. I had to get better and better and better. So, and still to this day, I'm trying to get better. Like for the first time, just experimenting. I started listening to it like I'm actually good. So then of course, I want to perform now. Like it's the next step in the artist path. So my first time performing, I had to go. You might have heard of Miami Live down in Miami. Went down there. Of course, it was my worst performance, but I just had to make sure, like, I wanted to be a rapper, because like I said, I make music in my room. That's one thing, but performing is another. So I'm like, all right, I went to Miami, performed, so I liked it. Then after that, like, it was hard to find places to perform, even whether it was open mics or whatever. So I'm like, I gotta figure out a way to have my own shows. So I just started reaching out to venues, seeing what it would take. And then I had my first show in Cincinnati. That went good, and I figured like I'm in Florida, so I can't keep going back to Cincinnati. Like I said, that just probably wasn't possible anyway. So I'm like, we're gonna start with the show. So I just hit a couple more open mics and networking. Then I started reaching out to venues on Instagram, just seeing like, is it free to book? How much? So once I figured out how much and like that it was a price to book the venue, I just figured like, how can I, make the money to pay for that? So that's how I came up with the slots. And I'm like, well, just before I did my first show, I don't know if you heard of Bez Believe. He did a show in Orlando, and he was like, all right, you can buy the slot and sell the tickets, but the only difference with his is you buy the slot and the amount of tickets you get, you don't make, like even if you sell them all, you ain't gonna make your money back. So I'm like, damn, if I can find a way to make sure the artists make their money back plus a profit, then it's like a no-brainer for any artist who's serious, like a win-win for everybody. Like I said, if 5 artists bring 20, 25 people, that's a packed show. Everybody get to perform in front of a big crowd, which as an up-and-coming artist, that's it's hard to do without having to pay a big artist and not get too much in return. Well, I graduated in 2011. I moved here in 2017. So like, once I graduated, I worked at a couple jobs, but then what made me like change my mindset about like life in general, I worked at the post office. I was a mail carrier. So like I said, everybody like, get a good job and stay there, retire there. So I worked there for 4 years, and in those 4 years I just saw like a bunch of older people, maybe 60, 70, still working, they had knee replacement, hip replacement. So I'm like, nah, this can't be me. Like, I ain't looking forward to that. So I just had to figure it out. And as far as moving down here, it's really just like some shit. Me and my wife just like, just gonna try some shit, you know, save up, do our research. And so we did, saved, came down here, visited a few spots, put our money down for an apartment. Came down, I'm like, shit, I'm gonna do Uber. Cause you know, that's basically what helped. Like if it wasn't no Uber or no shit like that, I would have to find a job, go without work. So I'm like, if I come down here, I can start Uber like same day. So that's what I did until I, you know, start finding my way. But like where I come from, it ain't like a place you can be great. Like if you from there, like it's a bunch of like negativity. Small, like I said, small. Everybody know everybody, so it's just a bunch of violence and, you know, if somebody doing better than somebody, you know, they're gonna take what that person got. Because I feel like if I was doing music in Cincinnati, I probably want to be able to thrive like that. I would always literally constantly have to watch my back. And, you know, I had one show, like my very first show, like the shows I do now was in Ohio, you know. That was like my test run. And I did it while living down here. I just figured like that's where I know the most people, my family there, so did it there. It went good, but I don't feel like I could have kept doing it there. Just knowing the city and, you know, how shit operated. Well, honestly, the move kind of like set a foundation for like my manifestation, because like like I said, I still don't know exactly how. I just like, fuck it, we moving, but we did it. Like now I'm thinking back, it's like, damn, like, cause I even think now, I don't know if I would. Well, I ain't gonna say I wouldn't, but it's hard because like even now, like I'm thinking about making another leap to another city, like maybe for a couple months just to try and network and build there, just kind of like how I did here. When we moved here and, you know, it worked out, that kind of made me feel like, well, shit, if I did that, I can do damn near anything. Like, so I just put that into everything I do. Like, I'm just like, fuck, if anything, I'm gonna try at least, and then I'm gonna learn from the fuck ups. And then even with the shows, like, I'm still learning how to make them run super smooth and, you know, run better. So I just like that's set the foundation for everything. Yeah, I mean, I just think like if you're trying something new or just with anything, you gotta expect the obstacles. So like some people just like, let's just say with music, some people get in the studio and think they about to record a song and drop it and they about to blow up, and then when that don't happen, they quit. You know, you gotta go in with the mindset like, I gotta actually grind to get, like, motherfuckers ain't just blowing up, and people who do fall off fast, just as fast as they blow up. So I just go in with the mindset like, you know, I just gotta build it from scratch. Like, cause like I said, go back to moving down here, like I literally started everything over. I picked up, left, and I had to start from scratch. So with everything I do, I just feel like start from scratch and learn as you go. And, you know, you gotta know you're gonna hit bumps. So like that's just facts about it. Some bigger than others, but, and then like I said, you just gotta keep the end in mind. Like, what is you trying to accomplish? Like, and as long as whatever you're doing, everything you do, you see it progressing, you know what I mean, then you know you're on the right path. Like if one show you got 5 people, next show you got 10 people, keep going. Shit, next show you might have 20, 30, you know. You just gotta think of it like that. I had to grind to get it, you know. I literally built it, you know. I put in the work to get here, you know. Of course, some people got that story, some people don't. Yeah, that's what inspired me, that story. Like, and that's kind of what I make music about. Just like motivational, you know, putting in hard work, and, you know. Of course, I like talking my shit sometimes, but it's still all like in a motivating way, trying to get people to believe in themselves, shit like that. That's kind of how I rap. Like, basically the message I put out. Well, I got maybe like 3 or 4 singles and EP I dropped, I think, last year on my birthday. Most of it's pretty old, but like it's still relevant, and I got a bunch of stuff I got to release. And of course, it's on all platforms. But I'm trying to figure out how to market that. Like, my music don't necessarily stream well, and I'm sure it's lack of marketing, but I'm just focused on building like a real fan base or a platform, whether that's, you know, for my music or for other people's music, you know. I mean, it's simple for me. Like, I just want to make a name for myself to where, like, with music, or like I said, music is just one part. Like, I still got my family aspect. Like, we do videos and we want to do our traveling stuff, and like it's a bunch of stuff. So just to sum it all up, my main goal is to like build my platform big enough to where, you know, whatever city I travel to, I can just be like, look, I'm about to be in, you know, Charlotte this weekend. You know, let's work. You know, and I want to put people from Charlotte on. And I also want to, you know, check out they dopest spots as far as like nature spots, whatever. Like, I just want to travel and do my thing in every city I go to, all independently too. Like, just me, and you know, I just want to, just like now, I just want to be like, all right, Charlotte, we having a show in July. You know, hit me up to perform, and boom, do that. Everywhere though, any city. Put like this, we got a bunch of content that we procrastinate to put out, you know, because like I said, we are private. Like, we be in our own little bubble, so we still trying to figure out how to just be like, fuck it, we just gonna put it out. Because like I said, we record and edit like, we got a bunch of stuff, we just never put it out. So I'm still working on how to just be like, fuck it, putting it out. I mean, like what I said, that's literally like, as far as I can think now, that's the end goal. I just want to travel, see, you know, the whole, start with US, and then, you know, try and start going overseas and stuff. And then, like I said, meanwhile, I'm doing the music at the same time. That's literally like, I can do that for the, you know, rest of my life, for real. Like, even if I don't perform, like, even if I'm 50 putting on shows for up and coming artists, you know, the number one message I try to put out there is just like, do what you want to do, and like, just be yourself. Like, I know social media and everybody got these expectations trying to compete with everybody. I just feel like if you just do you and be yourself, then you're going to, you know, get to where you need to be. But, you know, once you start looking at somebody else's path, that's when you start falling off what you want to do. Because, like I said, everybody got their own path. So just stick to that, like, and just don't care about what nobody else think. Because that'll, you know, start making you go in different directions.